Guess what? You don't have to figure it out in order to get started. Did you hear that? You do not have to figure everything out before you get started. Started doing what? Started down a path of making some changes in your life. I call it transformation. Some people call it change. But ultimately, you don't have to have life figured out. You don't have to have the answers to all the problems. You just have to have the heart and the mind and the soul and the strength and the willpower to say enough's enough. And I'm ready to make the changes necessary that lead me to a happier version of me, a truer version of me, a more authentic version of me. And the biggest fear in all that is that when you start to change up, when you start to shift who you are, to realign yourself with the world around you, guess what? People start to question you. People start to threaten you. That's the craziest one. People threaten you. They threaten to leave you if you change. They mock you, they ridicule you, they laugh at you, they joke about you. And what is that? That's fear. That's their fear. That's their insecurity. That's them saying, if you give yourself permission to start changing, switching up, shifting to a different version, well, then that puts me on blast, because that means I could do the same thing, but I don't want to do the same thing. I'm too scared. And I need you to stay here with me. Misery loves company. We've all heard it, right? And that's human nature. That is absolutely human nature. And that's one of the challenging parts about this journey, is that there are many, many, many days, seasons, weeks, years that you may have to go alone. And I've had people reach out to me recently, and they're in this season of isolation, and there's a lot of dark nights of the soul there, because when you don't have other people to justify and validate your bad habits, you have to see yourself in the mirror. You have to go within and connect with all around you that's outside of you. But it's going within. It's that internal journey. And when you start going into the depths of your soul, that's where the truth is, right? The truth lies in the deepest, darkest part of your soul. And so many of us are wearing so many masks. We're faking the funk. We're wearing masks. We wear this mask to go to the grocery store. We wear this mask to go to church. We wear this mask to watch our team. We wear another mask in our relationship. We wear this mask at our work. We don't know who the hell we are anymore. We get caught up. We have to be something that we're not, because we're afraid. We're afraid. I know I'm a recovering people pleaser, and I'm not afraid to admit that. Are you? Are you a people pleaser? Are you someone that will literally sacrifice yourself in order to have acceptance, to feel you define it, but a sense of love, a sense of acceptance from other people? To what extent will you abandon your true and authentic self for someone else's acceptance? To avoid ridicule, to avoid abandonment. A lot of us will stay lifetimes in relationships that are no longer aligned for us, just for fear, just for all the fear of your whole identity is wrapped up in whatever role that was. And I'm someone that, after a 21-year marriage, right, it's funny that I have the 12-21. I have 12 years of sobriety, and I had a 21-year marriage expire during that time frame. And it was peaceful. It wasn't a battle. It wasn't a beautiful marriage in all facets, or it would still be going. But in the end, it was the loss that I needed in order to become my true and authentic self. And I know a lot of people, man, when I was going through the Big D, a lot of people came at me. You can't do that, man. It was like mostly religious types, right? You can't do that. This is the worst thing you could do. And it's like, man, the worst thing I could do is stay here in this just vicious cycle of dysfunction and anger and toxicity that we're all feeling drained and overwhelmed every single day. And then yet we know where the masks are at the door when we go to church, when we go to the store, when we go to a family function, when we go out to dinner. But behind the closed door, what's happening behind your closed doors? That's the real question. I always feel that what's going on behind the closed doors is like, it's if an outsider could go and pop in on you, right, or watch what you're doing behind the closed doors when you think no one else is watching it, you think it's all private in there, that's like peering into the depths of your heart. Like, we don't know. I don't know what's in your heart. I don't know what's behind your closed doors, but you know. And yet it's taken someone like me to hit my rock bottom, to chalk up the big L through a big D called divorce, and wake up at 41 years old. I'm 45 years young now, almost 46. And after that divorce, I mean, I was like, who's gonna love me? My life is over. But I was feeling like I was gonna die in my 30s because I had let it go. I was literally thinking, I had hit the pinnacle. I had the wife, had the kids, had the house, had the dogs, had the career. And then I lost half of that through the economic downturn, 08, 09. Lost the business, lost the lifestyle, lost the home. So much loss in my life. And I can tell you that one of the keys to getting through the most difficult situations in my life has been sobriety, but it's also been spirituality. And I'm not preaching church, I'm not preaching religion. I'm preaching as a divine masculine man that does believe in the spiritual world and the spiritual realm, that there is a God. And I make an intention to connect with God, some of the most incredible connections I've had is in nature. And yet, those experiences are wild. I mean, I lost it all. I lost the business. I lost, homes. And then it was just like I kept losing things. My world kept on shifting, and yet I was sitting there saying, what the fuck? Why? Why me? When it was like, it wasn't just me. Maybe some of this story resonates with you. That we all have been through some shit. And in order to get through the shit and actually go from just surviving it, but thriving and really expanding and becoming a better version of yourself. Like I said, like coming out of divorce, my life is better. I'm a better version. Can you turn your divorce into the catalyst for you to become the best version of yourself? And I have absolute unconditional love for my ex-wife. Anytime she calls, like, this is a message for the fellas and for the ladies. Like, anytime My wife calls and needs something. It's like, you got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. Here you go, here you go. I have my goal right now is to retire my ex. Think about that. There's no intimacy between us, but my goal is to retire her. That's the heart I have. Because if I could retire my ex, where does that put me? In a really incredible place. But it takes that level of love, because here's one of the things. If you're someone that's coming, the divorce is coming up in today's message. If you're someone that's considering it or going through it, a lot before, my ideas of it, before I've gone through it, coming on 5 years now, is, we put this thing, especially with kids in the mix, is like, oh, it's only till they're 18. And it's like, nah, man, you got to have a relationship with your previous partner, lover, for the rest of your life. Think about that. You got to have a relationship for the rest of your life. I was on socials the other day, and I was watching this family court thing, and it was like, just the battle, man. I'm so grateful that I avoided the battle royal, right? When it came to the stuff, I said, hey, you take whatever you want, whatever you want, take it. You can have the stuff. I don't care about the stuff, right? I want time with my children, and we have a great relationship and connection with that. But beyond that, it's like needing to still support her is a part of the game. It's a part of the responsibility. And yet so many of us, like, the sad thing is that there is a lot of thinking out there that a lot of women are using the children as like a weapon to like take away the kids from the father, or vice versa. And it's like, the children lose in that situation. Children need both sides of the family. And I'm a fatherless father. What does that mean? That means my dad was never around, right? Part of that was my mom needed to do that for our safety. But I know that, all those decisions are up to the person, right? You get to make your decisions. I'm just telling you, if there's a way for there to make peace, to be loving, to be kind, to be generous with your previous partner, that like, do it. It'll never come back to you wrong. And that's what we are always trying to chalk up, man, is fault and equal and 50-50 and this and that. I think that I'm the kind of man, I'm old school. It's like, from a woman, I want time, attention, and unconditional support, unwavering support. Those 3 things. I'll take care of the rest. That's it. That's it. It's on me. It's on you, fellas, to step up. Be generous. Generosity never returns to you void. But again, it takes being of a sober mind, healing your spirit, right? Healing your trauma, healing your emotions. Like this whole process that I've been through, from 12 years of sobriety, all the different therapies, even going through a divorce in there. Knowing what it is to lose everything, and guess what? The setback, right, ain't nothing compared to the comeback. The comeback is in full effect. And yet now I can pay it forward to you listening. And it means the world to me. All the encouraging connections that are starting to manifest through me speaking my true and authentic voice to the world. Sharing with you my stories of misery, my stories of healing. I've got both sides of that now. I have paved a way. I've carved a path. And I truly do believe that this message is not for everyone, but I can tell you that if you don't have to figure everything out, but check this out. The thing that would have helped me back then is having this guy this man right now. The man that I am now, holy smokes, if I could have only have had that man 12 years ago, 40 years ago, 45 years ago, man. It's the man I've always wanted. I've became the man I always needed in my life. And this man shows up for me first, then for my children, and then for the world around me at large, for you. And this is the true essence of unconditional love. It's to truly become the best version of yourself and then share that person with the world. We need this. This world needs this. We're so caught up in the bullshit, man. We're so caught up in the divisiveness and the bullshit and the social issues and the sports and the entertainment and what celebrity did this and what celebrity did that and how come this person's getting ahead and I can never get ahead. And it's a tough world right now. It's hard. But you are harder inside. You are able to overcome any situation, and you don't have to figure it out. You just have to start visualizing and living from the end results that you want. This is how it works. Your vision is attached to your thinking. So if you have a vision of success and you keep believing, I love seeing the success, I love my success, and you keep cultivating a vision, journaling it, thinking about it, meditating it, getting yourself a vision board. What does the perfect relationship look like? What is how are you a super parent? You know, what kind of house are you living in? What kind of money do you make? Like total huge vision board. Make yourself a digital vision board. Start like finding your dream car, finding your dream house, finding pictures of couples that are doing the types of things that you dream to be doing. And then you have to start doing these things, but you have to start visualizing that you are worthy. And you don't have to figure it out, and you don't have to figure out the how. How does that happen when I am broke, divorced, heartbroken, just broken on every level, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, and financial? I have been there times 10. Complete and total brokenness. I've been there times 10. And I have figured out how to put myself back together, how to heal myself, how to transcend the pain of my past, the heartbreak, right? The subconscious programs that were keeping me stuck or having me attract the wrong people into my life or having me even self-sabotage. We got to take responsibility. Extreme ownership's a big piece of this. Extreme ownership. You have to transcend the victim mindset. Sure, there's other things involved. Sure, there's this and that. But until you are willing to say, I take ownership of everything in my life, right, you're not going to get very far. Think about something right now that's really overwhelming you. What's something right now that's really, really, really overwhelming you? Maybe it's attached to money. Maybe it's attached to health. Maybe it's attached to your job. Like, what is the one thing that's really overwhelming you right now? And I want you to visualize it, and I want you to send it love, right? If it's a creditor, a debtor that you need to pay, I want you to send them love. I want you to say, I love paying this bill in full. If it's your health, I want you to send like your kidney or your heart or your lungs or your body, a specific part. I want you to send that part of your body love. I want you to send all the people helping you with your medical issue love. And, you know, if it's your job, I want you to send your job love, and all the people you work with love, like genuine. Start loving the things around you. You do get in return what you give. And that doesn't mean it's shallow. This ain't some shallow shit of like, it's not it can come across like manipulation, but it's not. If you send anger and negativity, it's just the law of attraction. You're going to get back negativity and angry situations. If you send love, guess what you're going to get back? Kindness, acceptance, forgiveness. So you just choose. It's not about, oh, that's manipulation. No, this is how life works. It's the law of attraction. And it's even in your thoughts. It really boils down to even your thoughts about stuff. When you see someone winning, are you negative or are you positive? Are you jealous, envious, frustrated, insecure, putting people on blast, angry, confrontational? Or are you like excited as if you're winning? Are you really, and it takes time to cultivate this. It takes time to shift from the negative mindset to the positive mindset. But guess what? You don't have to figure it out. You just got to start acting it out. And a lot of times, guess what we need? We need a guide. We need mentorship. We need coaching. That's what I'm here for. You don't have to cut your own path in the forest. Find someone, if not me, to help guide you, because you can accelerate this process versus just trying to figure it out. Because guess what? The life that we live, it's trial and error. So you can keep trying things and then you get something bad back and then you give up, right? That's what your pattern has been. Has it? Do you try something and then it don't work out, so you give up? It's time to be held accountable. It's time to be vulnerable and ask for help. I hit my rock bottom. I said, enough's enough. I'm going to get sober. No questions asked. No turning back. I'm done. I'm either dead or I'm in jail if I keep trying to play games with alcohol. That was my big vice. The weed, you could throw that in there too. Now I get what? High on life and wasted on nature. But I had to make that tough decision. And secondly, I needed to ask for help. And I had to start taking action and start doing some new things, new habits, right? Little by little, new habits. Create new patterns. Create greater results, new results, a whole new life. And over the course of time, that is transformation. Put in the work, believe in yourself, don't give up. If you haven't gotten started, finish the starting line today. Finish the starting line. Take a leap of faith. If you need to, reach out. I have a limited amount of space for coaching, but I am scheduling free. This is free, no cost, no gimmicks, 90-minute strategy session, free. This is my heart. Again, you get what you give. My heart is to give life, to give guidance, to give hope into your heart, your mind. I know that just like if I retire my ex, where does that put me? If I help you, where does that put me? God helping me, others helping me along my journey. And I'm all about it. It's an exchange of energy. I love you guys. Reach out if you need something. resultskillexcuses@gmail.com. It's that easy. Ask for help. It takes a courageous being to send a message saying, my life's a mess and I need help, but I believe that you are ready right here, right now, because you know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it would not be worth it. Greg's out.